And thank you, Coach. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Washington Redskins and the New York Giants. That'll be taken in the end zone.
Let's go, baby.
Set, cut. H again. Man, that's trash. That's trash.
Watch safety screen. Watch safety screaming. Safety screaming.
Check.
Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. Oh, he bowls over him. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big play there on the first play of the game. 48 yards.
And the Redskin first down.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
At the Giants' 28-yard line.
Here we go. Check 59.
On 2nd and 12, Young. Now Young loses the football. It's stripped.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Here we go. 60 outlaw.
What we got?
Get it.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on 3rd.
Matchbox light. Ready?
Back to throw here. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. This is fielded at the 27. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack. Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Third down, here's Geis. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Out.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Check 3. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Hey, alert 3. Deep grip.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. 10 yards, good for a giant 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
A 1st down run by Barkley, unsuccessful, as he won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley, and he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a giant 1st down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Go.
They'll set up a throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up 1st downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
They'll drop the throw. Got his target, Samuel. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 11 and a giant 1st down. 3-0 after one on EA Sports.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score Redskins 3, Giants nothing.
Now, 30 base. 55. General West.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer.
Now.
Looking to throw. Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Deron Payne in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Bryant has it. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. They'll break the huddle. Send 3 receivers left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. Escaping the pressure right. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete.
Let's go.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Whip. Watch the whip.
They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. And the kick by Rosas is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
Sounds like you're going negative on
I
that.
was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Check 43. Rush in.
Young off the bootleg. And that's going to be incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Young now. And this is going to be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
Watch the
safety creep. Out, 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 out. Check nine, check nine. Hey, let's go.
Here's 2nd and 8. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a giant first down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Now Saquon Barkley, and he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
A first down carry for Barkley. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14. With that run, Charles, he passed Hall of Famer Curtis Martin for 5th all-time, over 14,100 yards rushing. I'm not sure what more he can accomplish.
Well, in his mind, he thinks he can continue on and get up to number 1 on the all-time rushing list. But you're exactly right. What a career and what accomplishments. And to pass Curtis Martin
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where is he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
On first down, this is Geis, and he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go, tie ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. Sharp there with his feet, gets him a little extra space, and then drop just inside the 20. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
First down, Washington.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. This is Geis. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Geis with the carry on 2nd down. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The gun, Geis. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. And this one is right through. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. You're down 3 under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But, boy, getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
You ain't going nowhere.
Deuce, 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 deuce. Hey, watch this, watch this.
Kill. Hey,
Get it.
They'll look to throw here. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. He gets it in the hands of Geis. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. This time they'll just keep this on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they will get to him behind the line, but the clock continues to tick down. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game. Yet,
this is caught at the 20. A big play there for the Giants. 55 yards. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. Now it's Barkley. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll go to Barkley again. And he will take it all in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Giants are going to jump back in front. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. This will go for 5 up to the 33.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Young. And he finds McLaurin. Give the Redskins 13 there and a first down. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career.
Check, 59. Here we go. Kill.
On first and 10, Young able to find his running back, Geis. And he'll take this from one 47-yard line to the other, a gain of 6.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
We own them. Check 13.
Safety screaming. Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9".
Now here's Young. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they're going to have a 3rd down.
Watch the screen. Shoot.
Young now from the 50. And he cannot get away, and Young will go down. Rashawn Gary make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Let's go. First and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Ready?
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Watch tight. Tight is right. Everyone's got 4 down. Mike 5'5", Mike 55, Mike 5'5". Squeeze.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a big-time play there for the G-men. 55 yards. So a slight improvement in field position, you might say, from inside their own 10 to this as they come up on 1st down. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jonathan Allen able to record his 5th sack of the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Tight dog. Jimmy.
On 3rd down, and he'll go down at the 28. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
A gain of 16.
Okay,
Brings up 4th down.
Topper! Bravo! Go!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That's to his running back, complete. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And the Redskins defense going to take over on the turnover on downs.
57, Mike, 57.
I smell fear in that
And the drive begins with a run by Geis. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Check curls. 25, check 25, check 25.
Check nickel.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Slam.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Young, sling. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Redskins have once again taken the lead. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready, set.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Hey, orbit. 61, matchbox, locked in.
He'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Barkley.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
They'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Deron Payne. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Brings up 2nd down.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. He'll drop to throw. That's complete to Slayton. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Check 55 to Mike. Hey, come on out here.
Back to throw here. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
They start on the ground with Geis. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell them to take care of the ball, and try to move forward.
10 yards there, good for a Redskin first down.
And a Redskin first down.
Now after the run by Geis, here's 1st and 10.
Whip. Watch the whip. Kill. Watch the eye.
Now a handoff. Geis going right. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for.
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Rashawn Gary in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
Check 15.
Third and long for Young. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Back to throw now on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
We got 3. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Watch the safety creep.
Snap.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And an alley to run. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. He's back to throw. Got a man, Slayton. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Ready. 8, read.
I know he ain't good.
Quickstone, travel. Go. Wide. Get by.
They'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
I got him.
Ready.
This is Barkley. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
And 7.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. He'll look to throw. It's caught by Bryant. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
6-6, pull it high. Hey, box drop, box, please grip.
Back to throw. They'll get this out to Barkley, complete. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. On the run, it's Barkley. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
The Redskins on 3rd down, putting an extra man here in the secondary. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you describe that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, wow. I thought you go on the field, but okay, I see you. So a big kick to get this back to even. Now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get it to overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you, but you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Geis. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Now a give. Right side, it's Geis. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
They can't hang with us.
Young to throw. They'll check it down to Geis.
Young's pass complete to Darius Geis. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 42-yard line.
And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
That's it, baby. We gonna work.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game.
And that's caught inside the 35. A huge play there in overtime. 44 yards. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ballgame.
They'll run on 1st down. Barkley, he'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
Zipper. Back to you. Hey, high 7. Protein spill. Let go.
They'll set up a throw. He's got his man in the crossing route. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 1st down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They'll run it again with Barkley. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. 3rd and 1, trying to keep this drive in overtime going. A big one coming up. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And Barkley did not get there.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They'll go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, He might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse.
8 ounce. 8 ounce is good.
All right, just check it.
4 down. Check. Show it.
And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. All right, here we go. The field goal unit staying on the sideline here in OT. They're going for it on 4th. And they'll run for it with Barkley. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Redskins defense going to take over on the turnover on downs. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to roam now. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Check 24. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Check 3. Check the backer.
Here's Geis. On the stop was Aaron Donald.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
At the Giants' 42-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Even though positive yardage was gained on that play, I think the defense has to be happy. Obviously, they were prepared for some trick plays coming into the game, and they looked very aware that those could happen on any given down.
Third and short yardage, Young. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And that will break our